This is part 2 about the masterclass that is Apple's change management for new release cycles. And in this part, we're going to be talking about how to take all of their tactics that they use and implement them within your organization to manage change more effectively. So up first is the communication on new releases. Apple does their developer conferences and things to get people really excited and introduced to new functions and demonstrations. Within your company, this is a communication strategy of what's coming, how it's going to impact people, and most importantly, the why behind why you're rolling out these new tools. You need to be really intentional with the way that you're communicating this information to your team and making sure that it's disseminating to all of the different levels within the organization. Use of influencers, you may not have an army of people all over the internet like Apple does, but you can strategically work with people in departments that are going to be impacted by the change and have them help you hype it up, get people excited for it, and really drive home the why behind a change. I've talked about it in other videos, but sometimes these influencers can be your biggest champions if they were someone that was maybe resistant to the change in the first place, and you've worked with them to really understand the why and what's in it for me so that they can share that with other people within the organization. Probably the biggest lesson for a lot of folks is using feedback and iteration to improve your solutions so that your team will get even more invested in the success of your implementation. Include them in your process design, include them in your demo feedback sessions so that they can give you that feedback before you go live, or go into the implementation with the understanding that you're going to have to make some adjustments and some iterations along the way to make sure that the solution is shaped in a way that's usable for the folks that are actually going to be in the system every single day. Understand that you're going to have different demographics and that you're going to need to differentiate the way that you roll out these tools for those different folks. Not everybody is going to adapt change the same way, and you need to be ready to adjust to what that looks like and help bring everybody along on the journey. So that might mean working separately with some people who are harder to adjust to change to make sure that they understand why, what's in it for them, and ultimately how to be effective in the new tools. And last but not least is kind of a cautionary tale against being a shiny object chaser. You don't have to be the first company to adapt new technology. You just need to use technology effectively within your organization. That doesn't mean you always need to be chasing the next big, bright, shiny object. It means you need to be doing a good job of implementing the tools that you have within your organization and making sure that they deliver an ROI.